Hey y'all, it's Hans. We're continuing on with the reviews. We got the brand new Pulsar Thermion 2 LRF XL60 to review today. You know, we had SHOT Show a few weeks ago. A lot of optics still to come, a lot of optics still to review. Very, very excited about this one and the Pulsar, the changes that Pulsar has made just in their last round of scopes. So we got the XL60 today. We're going to be reviewing the XP60, the XG60. We're going to explain the difference between this XL60 I got here and the XL50 that it is replacing the previous model. And we're going to talk about all of that specs. We're going to show video, walk around, who it's good for. We got a lot to talk about. But before we do that, I want to invite you, if you're watching this video and you're like, man, I'm trying to see this. I'm trying to watch all these other reviews. I'm trying to decide. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. You can call me directly. You can call Outdoor Legacy directly. If you are looking to purchase an optic and you want to purchase from Outdoor Legacy, we'd love to help you. You can call us at 877-350-1818, outdoorlegacy.com. You can talk to us before you make the decision, and we help you out from the beginning till the end, until the thing is delivered right there on your doorstep for you. So again, we would love to earn your business. 877-350-1818. This is our full-time job. We do this 7 days a week, really. Jason and I from Outdoor Legacy, we produce the Late Night Vision Show. That's a podcast that is done every Thursday. You can find it on YouTube, The Late Night Vision Show. All reviews are there, a ton of information on that channel. Weekly shows every Thursday. That seems to be these days my full-time job. So that's where a lot of the effort and time is put into those videos as well. Much shorter reviews here, but if I keep talking, this review is going to go on way too long. But I want to just show it to you. This is the Pulsar Thermion 2 XL60. This is the LRF XL60. So let's talk about quickly the differences between the XL50, which is the previous model, and the XL60. And I'm going to get those mixed up. I'll probably say the wrong name here in a little bit. But the brand new XL60, the big upgrades, and these are very big, very exciting. So the XL50 was a 1.75 base magnification, 1024 resolution. Great scope, but the negative on it, and I think what kind of hindered it a little bit in popularity, was that it was a very low base magnification at 1.75. So it kind of, a lot of people just eliminated that from their decision-making process because whether you're coyote hunting or, average shots over 100 yards, over 150 yards, that 1.75 base magnification scared a lot of people. So the big change with the XL60, it is now, obviously it's still 1024 resolution, but it's a 2.5 power base magnification. That's a great improvement. It's up there. It really puts it in the wheelhouse of most hunters out there, whether you're hog hunting, coyote hunting, short range, longer range, intermediate range. A 2.5 power at 1024 resolution can really get you. It's a great balance of field of view and enough distance to be able to ID an animal at a far distance and really take some longer range shots as well. So the move from 1.75 to 2.5 power, that's one big change. The second big change, I'll show you right now, is the viewfinder screen. So it is now a 2560 by 2560 viewfinder screen. So when you look at that display in there, when you look in the eye box, that screen is very large, big and bright, shows up. I mean, it's just a very big full image on that on the display screen, and just really that's a big important change for Pulsar. Love that. Already getting great response from people. We've been testing this for quite a while, so we've had a chance to see it, and we've been excited about sharing that with you for a while now. But that display screen at 2560 by 2560, I do think is the future of thermal optics and obviously scopes specifically. The last big change is what you physically see on the scope. The XL60, the XP60, and the XG60 will all come with an American Defense Manufacturing QD mount included in with the purchase in the box of the scope. Hallelujah, that is fantastic news. That's a almost $250 mount that scope comes with. Glad that they partnered up with American Defense. That's a big move, a big feature, a big advantage, I would say, of being able to get that. So very good decision, I think, with Pulsar going to the American Defense Manufacturing quick release mount. So with all that being said, those are the changes. The price, actually, the original price of the XL50 when it came onto the market was $79.99. It has since been lowered to $69.99 before it was discontinued. Now, the XL60, the price on it is $69.99. So it's coming in right at $1,000, which is coming right in at $7,000, which is $1,000 lower than where the XL50 initially came onto the market when it was first released. So better features, better magnification, bigger screen with the mount, and actually he's coming in at a very, very good price at right at $7,000. Still a lot of money, but you can tell, the thermal optics, we're getting better and we're getting less expensive. And if you're not in a market for a $7,000 scope, I completely understand, but this is going to affect the prices of the optics in the lower prices. The 640s, the 640 resolution we already see are coming down in price. The 384s, you can get a 256 resolution optic for $795. There's a lot of movement in the market. Price is a big factor in all of that, and it's optics like these, very, very good quality optics, that are coming down in price but gaining in quality and features. That is really setting the tone for the thermal optics in the lower price bracket. So this is a win for everybody, even if you're not in the market for a $7,000 scope. Let's get right into the specs. We're going to show some video while we do that. So I've already said the price, and I'll say the title of the scope again. This is the Pulsar Thermion 2 LRF XL60. The XL means that it is a 1024 resolution scope. If you see an XP or an XG, that means it's a 640 resolution. The 60 is just the size of the objective lens. So this is a 60 millimeter objective lens. It's a 1024 by 768 thermal sensor resolution, not to be confused with display resolution. So it's what we we condense it, and we always say it's a 1024 resolution optic, but it's actually a 1024 by 768. It's a 12 micron. It's got a minus 20 sNETD rating. It's a 2.5 to 20 power magnification. I'm going to go back to the sNETD. Pulsar now is distinguishing between NETD, which they say this scope is a 35 NETD, and the sNETD is what they call the system NETD, means that is the NETD rating after they've run their algorithms and everything on the sensor. So the sensor comes in at 35 millikelvin. After they do all of their enhancements on the sensor, it drops it down to a minus 20 NETD rating. So that's you will start to see that on spec sheets. You may wonder what that is, but it's just NETD and system NETD, and that's exactly what that means. It starts at 2.5 power, goes to 20 power magnification. It's a 61 feet field of view at 100 yards, a very generous wide field of view, 50 hertz refresh rate. It's got a display size we talked about, 2560 by 2560, a 3,000 yard detection range, and detection range is the way they figure that is that it's a human-sized target. They say at 3,000 yards you'll be able to pick up a heat signature from a human-sized target. Realistically, ID range, I'm going to say on a smaller animal like a coyote, 600 to 700 yards, maybe a little bit further on a coyote. On a larger animal, it'll be a little bit further than that. Very good, very far ID range, and that's mainly because of that higher resolution. It's also, this optic's going to perform very well in humidity and moisture, fog, that kind of stuff, light rain, because of the resolution, that high resolution. A lot more pixels on that sensor than a 640. So it's going to be able to pull that image through quite a bit better through bad weather because of that higher resolution. It does have a laser rangefinder. You can see it right here on top of the objective lens. Laser rangefinder is permanently attached and integrated into the optic. It's got what they say an 800 meter effective laser finder range. It does have bullet calculations capability with the Pulsar Ballistic app, where you can put in all your information and it will adjust your point of impact, put a point of impact position on your screen where you need to aim based on your distance. So that a lot of people have been asking about that. It's not new to Pulsar, but it's getting to be very, very popular and asked about. It runs on, it actually comes with two APS-3 Pulsar proprietary batteries. You're going to get about 7 to 8 hours of runtime. That's with the internal battery and the removable, and it comes with two APS-3 batteries in the bag with you. It does have Wi-Fi to an app, to the Stream Vision 2 app. I already talked about the fact that it comes with the American Defense mount. It has a 5-year warranty. It's IPX7 weather rating, so it's negative 13 degrees Fahrenheit up to 122 degrees Fahrenheit. So minus 13 to 122. I don't know what I just said before. That's why I repeated myself on the degrees. It's got a bunch of reticles, like 9 or 10 reticles to choose from. I'd say 9 color palettes, a bunch of different rifle profiles that you can set up multiple zeros, which makes that American Defense Manufacturing mount so important, because you can take this optic off, swap it around different rifles, and not have to re-zero your rifle. Very important feature. So I want to show the optic here. I know I've kind of been showing glimpses of it. This tall turret in the middle, that is where your removable battery goes. That's the APS-3 battery position right there. The turrets on the side, like this turret right here, is the menu button. You can turn the dial to navigate through the menu. This is just your plug. So you twist that off, and that's where your USB-C plug goes. You've got your buttons right here on top by the eyepiece. Very easy to navigate through at night. Very easy to find and feel which button you're on. You got your blue power button on the back right here. And these knobs here on the side, there's one on each side. That is your objective lens focus. Now, it does come also with a rubber eye cup that I never put on the Thermions. I just like it without the rubber eye cup. And it does have an eyepiece diopter focus right here, so you can focus the numbers and letters on the screen to whatever your eye prescription is. This right here, very familiar looking to the rest of the Thermions. Just, I guess, if you're looking from the outside, the biggest thing you're going to notice is that it's going to have a 60 millimeter objective lens instead of a 50. So a little bit larger objective lens, but everything else, I want to say, looks very similar to the previous models. Now, let's talk about the dislikes real quick. I'll get to the likes. The only dislike with this style scope, I mean, I guess, and I prefer a tube style scope more than anything, but these are a little bit on the heavy side. I didn't know if I read off the weight for you. Base with the ADM mount and the batteries is about 52 ounces. So, this is not a lightweight setup, but very similar to what the other scopes weigh as well. So it's not extraordinarily heavy. It is more heavy than a compact setup, but a tube style scope is something that you can put on an AR style rifle, a bolt action rifle. I've got 2 AR style rifles right next to me. One of them's got a tube style scope, one of them's got a compact scope. You can put them on anything, but these scopes are going to fit best also on a bolt action rifle, whereas some of the compact scopes don't feel as comfortable on a bolt action rifle. So the negative, a little bit on the heavy side. We say that about all the tube style scopes. That's just part of it, and everybody knows that and really accepts it. The other thing I want to talk about is something that a lot of people talk about, concern, is the fact that it's got proprietary batteries. There's, like I said, a battery on the inside and a removable battery. You're going to get about 7 to 8 hours of runtime on both batteries. The reason, and I don't want to get into the long, drawn-out explanation of proprietary batteries and why Pulsar, we've talked to them, they're engineers. The reason why they use proprietary batteries is not because they want to make money on batteries, because they don't. They do it because they need to be able to control the performance of the scope. And the way that they can do that is by having their batteries in there to know exactly the runtime, to know exactly the amperage and all, the power that it's pulling. If you put cheap batteries in there, it can negatively affect the scope. They want to have people avoid doing that, putting bad batteries in there or anything. So it's their way of controlling the performance of the scope. The internal battery can be replaced at the Pulsar facility in Texas for a small fee. It's not a big deal. It's not, your scope's not ruined forever if the internal batteries goes out. But these things the batteries last for many, many years, very, very long time. So proprietary batteries, some people see as a negative. They've been around for so long now though, that they're widely accepted. the positives. Let's get to that. Right off the bat, we're going to talk about the screen, the 2560 by 2560 display screen, a big enhancement for this scope. The move from 1.75 to 2.5 power, very big step for this scope. It really it does put this up into a different class of scope for the widest array of customers or and hunters that you can get to. So that's a very important move. So the magnification, the mount, the screen size, the picture image is fantastic. I know you're seeing video of it. It is for short range with the wide field of view, the long range capabilities with being able to ID animals at far distances, make this scope very usable for what I said, for a lot of different types of people. The price on it has got to be a positive, even though it's $7,000. The fact that the price has settled and the features and the quality have gone up, and the effect that this has had on other scopes in other price brackets below it. So the price has definitely got to be a positive with that. So great image, great scope. I told somebody on the phone, a customer that called in, about the Pulsar releases and the XP60, the XL60, the XG. I said I'm more excited about the new Pulsar scopes that are being released in 2020, at the end of 2024 and 2025, than I've been excited in quite a while. And because of the enhancements that they've made from this scope, for this scope specifically. If you are trying to decide if this scope is right for you, I would keep a few things in mind. Are you somebody that maybe you've had 640 resolution, you want to step up, or you want to get a very high-end scope to start out with? If you're looking for something beyond 640 resolution, if you hunt in a wide variety of situations, whether you're in some short range and some long range situations, if you like to have a wide field of view, but you also want to have enough magnification and resolution to really stretch out there and make some long shots, and you have the capability to do that with the increased base magnification and the ballistics calculation on there. There's guys out there on video taking very, very long shots on steel target practice. Now, we don't have those type of ranges here in East Texas, but you can definitely you can take it out west and get some really long stretches of land to stretch the legs on the scope. So if you are preferably, like looking for something that is going to last you a long time, what people say all the time is, I want to buy once, cry once. I hear that term several times a day when I'm talking on the phone. This is your buy once, cry once type of optic, because this is going to last you a very long time. You're not going to outgrow it anytime soon. I doubt that you would get it and feel like in a year that you needed to upgrade to something else. This is something that you can use for many, many years to come. And it's got a 5-year warranty, and that's fantastic. That's going to cover you for a long time. So again, if you are interested, I've given you kind of the 20,000 foot view of what this scope can do. You've seen some video. We've talked a little bit about it, generally who it's good for. You got to see the scope. But if you're still thinking, man, I need to know how that scope performs against this other scope, or this scope that I've been using, or this other scope that I'm interested in, give us a call, 877-350-1818. If you want to buy it from Outdoor Legacy, we'd love to talk to you. We'd love to help you through the process. This is how this is our full-time job. This is what we do for a living. We hunt with these optics. We create content. We sell these optics, and we sell all the major brands. And we have the experience of testing all these brands to know how these scopes stack up, not just against the new stuff, but our knowledge in thermal goes back 10 plus years and using scopes and companies that aren't even around anymore. So if you want to kind of tap into that and you need some help deciding, again, 877-350-1818, outdoorlegacy.com. We have got, I would say, the little brother of this scope coming up very soon, the XP60. Enjoying getting a chance to use that one as well. Got it back here on the table, and I'll be reviewing that next right here on the HansETX YouTube channel. We will see y'all soon.